Welcome Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel. A long time ago, back in 2022, 22, Shapert donated this one, and we evidently lost it in the vault.
Okay.
I never got to it.
That's a new make,
I
obviously.
feel like we tried it, but I looked really hard on the channel, and I couldn't seem to find the
Somebody
day.
tried it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we did, but I couldn't find it to prove him wrong.
Right.
So I was like, fine.
Acme, to your point, it does seem familiar.
Yeah, but we're going to compare it to Mellow corn, which everybody can get because it's a corn whiskey.
Oh, it's a corn whiskey. I was supposed to say, that's the most random comparison I could possibly imagine.
This is
Oregon corn whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shapert's there he is.
Where's Mellow corn out of, by the way?
Mellow corn is
I could look at the label.
no. I was looking at the color of the bottle of wine. Mellow corn is Heaven Hill.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But here's the cool thing about it. This is like a $12 bottle, right?
Yeah.
And
What's very funny to me,
4-year-old bottled in bond.
4-year-old bottle.
Yeah.
And then it's not uncommon. You'll throw something like Mellow corn in a blind lineup.
Oh yeah. First year we did a blind tasting in whiskey school.
Yeah.
Mellow corn beat everything in the entire lineup. And they did it ever since then. We made it a regular thing, and it always gets at least second place.
Mm-hmm. Children of the Mellow corn.
Yeah, that's how we roll. I was just looking at how old that label looks.
Yeah, that's got to be like
they've never.
It's got to be like out of the 70s at least, man, if not older.
I'm gonna be real bummed if some new brand gets in charge of this line, and they're like, we're gonna spruce it up a bit.
That would be a very unmellow thing to do.
Let's start with the unaged thing from Acme, who also makes those
dynamite
and the what do you call
anvils?
It? Anvils.
Yep. And basically all Roadrunner deterrents.
Black holes that you can throw onto a stone wall.
I wonder if there's MBs in other countries who are like, what are you on about, Acme?
Do you really think Looney Tunes hasn't
I don't know.
made it across the world?
In the comments, is Looney Tunes international or is that just like, a states thing?
I feel like that's like serious original Disney.
It's not Disney. It's Warner Brothers.
I mean, yeah. I feel like that's sort of original.
It's old school, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surely that's hello.
That's new mate.
That is.
It's punchy.
It's good though. It's
90 proof. Okay.
It's super fruity smelling, like melon and strawberry almost.
Yeah, definitely melons for me.
This is 100% corn from Oregon.
Oh, and a little bit of green grape mixed in there too.
This place is doing cool. They are doing like farm, local farmers, Oregon distillery, farmer owned. Nerd.
Anti-gravity.
Yes.
Ride rockets.
Yes. They like to run off of cliffs.
Oversized slingshots.
And then realize they've run off of cliffs and then turn around and run back.
People are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm getting the weirdest note. We just finished a bourbon in a Chardonnay barrel of all things.
Oh, and you're getting almost a Chardonnay?
A Chardonnay finish on this bourbon that really plump, juicy green grape type of deal.
Yeah, green grape. Yeah. Absolutely.
I kind of like, for a new make, you got to be kind of operating in the world of new make. For a new make, this is really nice. Yeah.
So we've been doing a lot of new make analysis just to study things with, and
now how are you typically getting your hands on new make? Because it's not the easiest thing in the world.
Look up there.
Yeah?
We got around 50.
Okay. Yeah.
And Crowded Barrel is in there.
Yeah.
And so we're able to sit down and kind of A/B compare styles and you stumble into some really interesting things, which is like Scottish new make, not great, way more tailsy than we would ever be comfortable with here.
But it has the time.
But they've got the time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going in.
Oh yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
That is well distilled.
Yeah. They did not get greedy with the cuts.
There's a slightly metallic sort of like at the very end of that.
I mean, I do attribute it drinking hotter for me than 90 proof because it's not aged.
Yeah, and also it feels a little bit like drinking out of a can where you get that sort of metallic note almost, but it's not that same metallic sugar we're always talking about.
No, it's not.
This is actual like, if you tasted it while being around machinery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there is something, it's not oil, it's not grimy, but there is something industrial and metal.
Yeah.
Like a clean factory.
I wonder what kind of still they're using. And then there's character to that.
Yeah, and the sweetness, though, I mean, once you take the sip, the sweetness does start to fade, and then you acclimate to that, and then the other stuff starts to creep up.
I would be proud to have cut that on a still.
Yeah, as always, the mandatory question of, I wonder what it would turn into in a barrel, which is cool.
Well, we probably have it.
I'm glancing up here, and I'm seeing things that I know you can get the finished version of, like Still Austin, and then obviously,
Ghost, Jim Beam Ghost.
Yeah, Crowded Barrel is obvious, but yeah, man, I'm seeing a lot.
We used the Crowded Barrel one in whiskey school to train on new make.
Oh yeah, this is how you do it.
Yeah, well, no, just an example
that's not pretentious at all.
No, just an example of, because there's not a lot of new make pot still.
That's true.
Bourbon.
That's true. Yeah.
Right, and so specifically the bourbon.
Okay.
Right.
Mellow corn.
Mellow corn.
I predict. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think it's probably going to be ever so slightly more mellow.
I don't know. It feels like a reach.
We'll see. It's a little bit more mellow.
Oh, it is a little more mellow. Do I detect corn too? It's grassier than I remember.
So the oak and the honey. Yeah.
But it really is. Remember, this is used oak its whole life.
It's light and it's fresh, and I'm getting like a Fuji apple on the nose.
And this is, if I remember correctly, this is 90% corn and then 10% other things like barley rye combo.
Yeah.
Do you know that they've been doing this since 1945?
Sorry, do you think the label's from 45?
Probably.
This strikes me as like clearly out of the 70s.
You think 70s?
I do. I think they probably, I don't know. I mean, it's easily Googleable. I'm not going to do it.
Google it, guys.
Google it. But 50%?
Yeah.
For that price?
Yeah.
And it blinds really well?
Yeah, I love how yeah.
It's funny whenever, the handful of times we've mentioned this, usually in the comments, somebody will be like, shut up about the mellow corn, guys.
I know. Yeah, guys, you're going to blow it up. I love that this is almost like a farm advertisement that you'd find at like the local feed store where you're buying like equipment and also baby chickens. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. See, it's just disproportionately good for its price.
Yeah, for the price.
Until you realize it's a 4-year-old corn whiskey.
Yeah.
Of course it's solid, man.
And if you like mid-tier bourbons and you went into that blind,
Dad, you can
you're fine.
You can taste the youth on it because of the new oak. I mean, used oak, right? So there's some things in there that haven't had time to calm down a little.
Especially in the used,
But it's dustier on the nose than I remember. When compared to how fruity this bomb and melon and there's sugar in this.
Yeah, it's
Acme.
Well, also it's good, but it's relatively simple. The things that a new barrel and more age and a more complicated mash bill would throw in there, but for what it is,
I would argue that it drinks soft and thus could be a really nice intro into bourbon. For somebody.
Intro into the bourbon.
Where you're not having to struggle with all the new oak tannins.
Yeah. The intro into bourbon is into bourbon.
Yeah. Look, it's like the intro into Scotch can often be Irish. And so you get through the door of some Irish single malts and then you try out some unpeated Scotch malt.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with an MB. It was over the weekend in the tasting room. And he's like a peat head through and through. Scotch this, Scotch that. And I was like, well, you can do the Irish and all, the bourbon and all. It's like, oh, I got an Irish Connemara.
Oh, yeah, of course he does.
Yeah. It's like,
the least classic. Well, actually, it's more original Irish than most modern Irish.
Yeah, but
it's the least Irish of everything we know of
modern
as Irish now.
Yeah, no, it's the peat. It's like, you just like Irish Scotch.
Yeah.
Is what you're like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, in terms of new make.
That's good.
Interesting new make. Greg Oakleaf, you would know how to open manage had you taken the tour instead of getting your beauty sleep. And once again, you missed an interesting tour guide. It was a good tour
Rubbing
guide.
it in.
Good tour guide there.
Every time our group went on a tour without us, they got like the unicorn of tour guides.
Yes. No. It was in Brooklotti. Gosh, what was her name? It was Mary, Queen of Scotch. Mary, Queen of Scotch.
Mary,
Mary, Queen of Scotch. And the MBs were just like floating.
Oh, yeah.
They had the most magical tour. And man, Brooklotti, they got it figured out because their tour guides are amazing. And at the end of the tour, access to the gift shop, of course. But they have pins.
Oh, yeah.
With like your tour guides, like the person that just went on a tour, you did get a pin you could wear. Bottle. Yeah.
With their face on it.
Yeah.
So Mary was like, that's my bottle up there.
Yeah.
The Mary bottle.
Yeah,
and they did that for all the staff. So every staff member at Brooklotti had a single barrel pick.
Yep.
With their face on it, on the bottle.
That was cool.
Like, think of how much whiskey you'd sell if you had a Brianna bottle. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even have to describe what was in it.
Yeah.
Like, you guys want a Brianna bottle? They're like, yeah.
It just tastes like bananas.
Yeah. It could just be banana.
People think it's
vodka.
People think it's a bit whenever she'll like roll into the parking lot, she's eating a banana. No, she's not leaning into it. She's obsessed with bananas.
I saw a Halloween thing over the weekend that you can like. This guy said this is my new hobby at the grocery. He works at the grocery store. He scratches terrifying messages into bananas because you can't see it until the banana starts aging. And so like,
and then people think in their house somebody stuck it.
4 days later it says, I know what you did, right on the side of a banana.
Right. I'm in your house.
Yeah.
That's really good. We got Adam Hubner, 7922. Poured myself some of this exact whiskey and drank alongside with you guys. Cheers to the tribe. What was the whiskey?
I don't remember which one it was. I wrote it down and then I accidentally deleted it when I was cleaning things.
Okay.
But the point is,
I'm assuming it's a good one.
I've seen that comment
Yeah.
on a bunch of things that we've been doing because
Yeah.
you can get it now.
Cheers.
Like Mellow corn.
Yeah, you're drinking mellow corn with us. Cheers to you. Yeah, I mean, I think for people that don't understand mellow corn and it's cold and it's rolled, then they would be surprised when they're blinded. But at this point, it's like, yeah, I get it.
Come on, guys.
It's better than it should be at that price.
That's fair.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and
If
drinking.
you fight me, I fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink,
May you drink with us. Did you forget how to drink?
No, I got self-conscious about the K on the end of drink.
It's supposed to be there.
I know, but...
You know, if you say drinking, there's no K on drinking.
Yeah, yes there is.
Drinking.
That's science.
Drinking.
And everyone else doesn't know what they're talking about.